In a recent podcast episode recorded from prison, Suge Knight playfully took a trip down memory lane, sharing a throwback photo of himself with Puff Daddy's son, Justin Combs, from their toddler days.
So while speaking on his Collect Call podcast, which he records from prison, Suge posted a photo of him with Puff's son Justin when he was a toddler, with the image thought to be taken during the height of the East Coast-West Coast feud.
Interestingly, Danny Boy had something very interesting to say about this.
How many times was you around them when they was hanging out?
About 4 or 5 times.
So tell me some other stories, man, about Suge Knight hanging out with Misa. Because at this time, I mean...
It just felt like they was dating. Felt like they was dating all the time.
Was
like,
she doing that behind Puffy back?
Yeah, for sure, man. Whatever her first son was, like, he would be at the studio with me. Justin, I remember Justin being in the hotel with me. With me. Like, us just chilling while they chilling. And he was a little bitty boy. She's buying him shit. She bought him this red jacket that says 662 on it. I remember that leather jacket.
So here's the thing, man, with Bad Boy. Because you got all these females that was on Bad Boy or they was affiliated with Bad Boy. And me hearing all these stories from you, Reggie Wright, all these people that tells these stories, it seems like it's a pattern, right? You got Faith Evans. She was going through it with Biggie, so she was coming to LA and she was messing around with Tupac. Misa, I'm assuming that she probably most likely wasn't saying eye to eye with Puffy, so she was messing around with Suge Knight.
Notably, in the edges of the photograph, we see Justin's mother, Misa Hilton, a stylist renowned for working with artists like Mary J. Blige and Lil' Kim. DJ Quick previously disclosed that Hilton had socialized with Knight and the Death Row Crew during the infamous 1995 Source Awards, possibly the setting for this particular snapshot. Quick recounted on Questlove's podcast in 2019.
We were there and Suge had Misa come over, Diddy's baby mama. A lot of people don't know this. I'm going, Suge, what are you doing? Like, what the F? That's Diddy's baby mama. She was just like hanging out, whatever.
It lines up with what other people have had to say.
Suge was hitting something. He was hitting somebody, I think Puffy's woman. We was all at Pac's house. He was in one room, he was in another. I left. I didn't have nothing to smash that day.
So Suge Knight was in one room with Misa and Tupac was in the other room with Mary J. Blige. And they both were smashing.
Boom, boom. See, Pac was different. He was like, for Suge, he was streets and he had all these other artists, but Pac was a different type of brother. You know, he came from us, Bay Area, you know, this player shit, you know, and he had that swag. And Suge recognized it. So they do work together where Suge was the boss. But then Suge was also soaking up some type of game from Pac because, you know, they was rolling at that high level. So yeah, they was doing it. Him and Suge was banging them out kind of like me and Tupac was when we was younger.
In more recent times, amidst a series of sexual assault allegations against Puff Daddy, Suge Knight has been making his own claims about his longtime rival's conduct with women. On a previous episode of his Collect Call podcast, Knight accused Puff of assaulting a former female assistant for not disclosing information about his then-girlfriend Cassie's alleged involvement with Kid Cudi in the early 2010.
Then when you really look at it, I look at it like this. What Puffy done, what Puffy did, or what Puffy do, it's not a surprise. Everybody know what it is.
Hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs has been accused of beating and sexually assaulting his ex-girlfriend and singer, Cassie.
I mean, to be able to do that type of to a woman and other women, but it's not new. It's not like it's new news. Shit. Same time he beat the shit out of motherfucking, what's the little girl name, Cassie or whatever. He had an assistant by the name of Capricorn. He felt Capricorn, Cap was keeping this shit on the low about if she was messing with Cudi or not. Puffy beat the shit out that bitch. Not only did he beat the shit out of her, it was an Interscope person the Coast check that paid her to settle or he wouldn't go to jail.
You've heard of the golden rule, haven't you? Whoever has the gold makes the rules.
Now, there's a time where they say they're not going to put out records where people cuss and degrade women. Trey even did a thing on MTV, interview, and says, I would never cuss on a record. I would never call a woman a bitch. I would never say these type of things again. And I'm going to do only records without cussing. That's why they say they couldn't distribute Death Row, because my artists cursed too much. So they put out an album called Aftermath. First song was Who Been There, Who Done It, it flopped. But even the people who wrote all these songs never get paid. But then, or a motherfucker who's a bitch beater, they can do the Super Bowl and get an award. Plus, he can beat the shit out of 2 bitches and they pay for it. And he get an award. And for his having somebody, have male prostitute fucking your bitch, that's some weirdo shit. But it's not nothing new. Everybody know that Puffy been the fucking Gus ran in for the longest. That's not like it's new news. Why you think him and Russell was friends? Not that I want to see Puffy go to prison or anybody else. I still feel that way. But at the end of the day, he'd never get charged or go to prison.
Suge Knight believes Diddy is far too powerful and influential to be at risk of truly being imprisoned.
I mean, he make too much money for the people that he basically worked for or had a business for. And when you look at it, he got lawyers, and her lawyers are smart also. They left some in, but they didn't go all the way. They basically went like, okay, they ain't gonna say he was participating with the male prostitutes also, because they never make it like she was a part of it. And then they weren't gonna say he was, because they gotta leave some out and get them to settle for that $30 million. And they had those side meetings like, shit. We didn't say the part why they were testing your guts out. Everybody know they've been testing your guts out. So let's settle, or that's coming out if we have to fight it. So I'm quite sure they're going to settle like ASAP.
It's important to note that Diddy has vehemently denied all the sexual assault allegations against him and has not yet responded to Suge Knight's recent claims. Back in September, Dwayne Kef D. Davis found himself under arrest in connection to the murder of the late rapper Tupac. Authorities have made it clear that they don't consider him the actual gunman, but rather the shot caller for the group involved in Tupac's demise.
The book says Zip gave you guys a Glock, and you guys tossed it in the back seat. And Bubble Up was a driver, and Baby Lane and Freaky were in the back seat.
We was just all in the car together. Just say that.
This was the white Cadillac?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys are driving around, and then you hear these girls say, Tupac, Tupac.
No, we coming up, what's the name? What's that, Flamingo? Yeah, I think that's Flamingo. We was coming up Flamingo and got to the light. We was gonna go drink and smoke some weed, and he happened to be hanging out the window. He was hanging out the window like he was in a parade.
Tupac?
Yeah, he was.
So what happens next?
And we just came, and shit. I ain't gonna go into the details like that, you know what I'm saying? But, you got it in the book. You done played it, everything else, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Well, in the book, you said that as you're driving up towards the BMW, with Suge driving and Tupac in the passenger seat, and you said that Tupac pulled out a gun.
It looked like he was reaching, yeah. Yeah, it did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you actually see a gun?
No, shit. Once he got the reaching, I got the ducking.
So someone from your car
That's what happened.
started shooting at Tupac and Suge.
Since Kef D's arrest, online discussions have been buzzing about who might be the person that gave the order to end Tupac's life. Surprisingly, many fingers have been pointed at Diddy. Yes, This speculation stems from various interviews Kefi has given over the years, consistently mentioning the gotta move on artist.
And I guess you said that Puffy called and said, was that us? And you didn't say nothing.
I didn't say nothing. Yeah, you're right.
There's also, you go into the book, that apparently there was supposed to be $1 million that Zip was supposed to bring back, but he ended up keeping the money and buying a nightclub with it.
That's what the FBI said.
The FBI said that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys never got any money?
Never.
For anything?
Nothing. Not even a pair of Sean John drawers. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. It seemed like Puff do that though. He seemed like every time some bad shit go around here, it look like it's some shit on the grass. He don't step around that shit. He get away from that bullshit.
It's crucial to note that authorities have never named Diddy as a suspect. Now, Pac's stepbrother, Mopreme Shakur, is setting the record straight on this theory. In an interview on the Art of Dialogue podcast, Mopreme revealed that Diddy called him back in 2008 to deny any involvement in Tupac's murder in 1996 explicitly. Whether Diddy's call was a genuine attempt to convey the truth or an effort to absolve himself of guilt remains uncertain. As Mopreme previously mentioned in another interview on the Comedy Hype News show, he believes Kef's arrest is a form of vindication and that someone will eventually be held accountable for Tupac's tragic death.